Ted here with me, but so today I stayed home from work, and yesterday I actually ended up having to leave work early, because as you guys know, I do have a full-time job, but you know, and I consider myself very lucky the fact that I still can even work full-time, because a lot of people that do have gastroparesis aren't even able to do that. You know, I can work full-time, and mostly it's because I have a really great boss and coworkers, and I work for a great company, and they're extremely understanding of my chronic illness and a lot of the just struggles that I go through with this, and I'm extremely grateful to be able to work for a company like that. And then I also have FMLA, and in Virginia that's the Family Medical Leave Act, which does help protect my job or terminating me due to absences or doctor appointments, and I have a lot of those. You know, my boss also made it possible for me to work from home sometimes. I can't do it all the time, but it still really sucks and is extremely disheartening that I have to even leave work to come home because I can no longer focus on my work, or because I'm constantly getting up and going to the bathroom. And although it's great that my office is right across the hall from the bathroom, it still obviously gets in the way of you getting anything done if you're up and down, up and down, up and down, or if you're sitting there basically, you know, drooling from your mouth because you have nausea so bad. I definitely have had that way too many times to count. You know, but in this new position, it is a lot easier for me to get sick at my desk, whereas before when I was the receptionist, it was extremely hard to do that without people, you know, asking questions, obviously, and, you know, asking if you're okay, and of course, you know, people don't understand when you're like, yep, I'm fine, it'll pass in like 5 seconds. You know, people aren't gonna just understand and then not ask questions. I know I would definitely ask questions, and I would be very concerned for someone too if they were literally throwing up and dry heaving right in front of me at their work, you know. So I understand. It's just, it's a lot easier to do it when nobody is around, and, you know, you don't get the whole anxious aspect to it as well. Also, I mean, FMLA saves my job. It does not pay me. So, you know, it's just really hard. I just want to be able to stay at work and be able to focus on my work and not be interrupted by my health, you know, not have to drive all the way home after driving all the way to work because I do commute. You know, it's just extremely exhausting. And the biggest thing is that although my mom wouldn't stress it to me, wouldn't, you know, put pressure on me in any way, I feel terrible that I'm not getting a full-time paycheck. And I know that because I've been having to miss 1 or 2 days, 3 days, sometimes a week of work, we're struggling a little bit. And I know it's because I'm not, you know, getting the full-time hours. And I know she doesn't think I'm a failure or a burden, but this is where, like, that definitely gets into your thoughts, and you feel like a burden and you feel like a failure, you know. And I want to be able to take care of her like she took care of me all my life and is still taking care of me. You know, I might be paying rent, but I'm paying rent. I'm not, you know, I'm not, and I help her out as much as I can, but when I can't give as much as we need, I know it's really stressful. I know how stressed I get about bills. You know, she's very good at keeping her composure, keeping me calm. I feel terrible sometimes, and I feel like a really bad daughter. And I do get scared thinking that, well, what if I do lose my job? Or what if I had to move down to part-time hours? Or, you know, I couldn't even, I have to work full-time as well because of the fact that I need insurance. And even with insurance, it doesn't pay for formula. There's that. But without insurance, I know I would be royally and deeply screwed. There's a lot of crappy things that the insurance companies seem to be able to do. The choices that they can make, you know, the way that they really affect someone's life, and they aren't the ones that take into consideration what my quality life has been like. You know, they don't really take into consideration what your doctor sees and reports, and the reason why your doctor says you need that surgery, or you need this medication, or you need this formula to be covered because you have a feeding tube that you all said was good to be put in. You know, I don't get things like that. But, you know, at the same time, I get these bills from these hospitals and from my doctors, and although they're still extremely ridiculously, I don't know, I want to say overpriced, but I don't know the prices of exams and stuff. I know it's not cheap, but still, it's literally like I have to chop off a leg and an arm to pay a medical bill, honestly. And that's with insurance. I feel terrible for my friends that don't have insurance. It's extremely infuriating, and I know way too many people, especially in my age range, that can't get insurance, can't afford insurance, and so they can't afford their life-saving medications. I have a friend who needs to have an inhaler, and I already pay a lot with insurance to get my inhaler, something that helps me breathe. Like, literally, I wish we didn't have to breathe to live. Then I wouldn't need this medication that you all think that you can charge $500 for. You know, it's just things like that. So, anyway, rant time over. Mostly I was just venting a little bit about how, you know, it's very easy to feel like a burden, and it's very easy to, like, get lost in all of those emotions, and I have had my mom to remind me, or other friends and family members to remind me that I'm not a burden, and they can say that all they want, but you know, of course, it'd be a lot nicer if we didn't have to spend these thousands of dollars on my medical bills. And, you know, sure, it'd be nice if I could miss a few days and it wasn't gonna affect us. I know that in and of itself is a burden, though. But my mom loves me, and she knows that I try really hard. And she's so understanding. The most understanding person. I appreciate her so much. She's a literal saint. And my best friend. And I just, you know, hope that I can show her in other ways that, you know, I'm here to help as much as possible, and I am trying hard, and, you know, and that I love her, and all anybody can do is their best, right? Yeah. So I did stay home today. It's nice to be able to have the ability to work from home, because I can still lay down when I really need to. I can definitely run to the bathroom if I need to. I don't even have to run to the bathroom. I can literally sit at my desk while I'm typing up my Word document and grab a vomit bag, you know, those little green ones I have, and just vomit into one of those and then continue my work. So, it's the little things in life. Anyway, that was my rant.